My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are looking at your person's regrets with regard to you and the connection. In the extended, we're going to look at your person's regrets with regard to the karmic or third party energy, if you have one that is connected to your connection. The extended will be available either on my website through the rental of a separate link, or through Patreon through a subscription service. 11.11 per month. Okay, so let's go. Underneath the deck we have Nightingale's Spirit, and it says love is all around, and this is a lesson that your person is learning. It's a card number 41, which reduced to 5. 5 is a hierophant, the hierophant, or spiritual lessons. And this is what they learned, that love is all around. Maybe your person was looking for love in all the wrong places, right? You all will tell me who sang, I can't remember, right? They were looking for love in all the wrong places, and they finally returned. Wait a minute, whatever I was looking for, it was inside of me all this time. That's what they're basically saying. So this person is returning to a place of self-love and giving themselves all the things that they thought they needed somebody else or something else to give them. So whether they were looking for love in other people, whether they were looking for love at the bottom of a bottle, whether they were looking for love in a crack pipe, whatever it was, wherever they were looking for love, acceptance, and escape, they realized they had love all the time. And it's all around them. They're surrounded by love all the time. And it's interesting that would come through. We had a family incident about a week ago with my little brother, and he's always been he's a Scorpio, but immature Scorpio, right? And sometimes immature Scorpio can be really interesting to deal with, okay? And he's always had a program of it's him against the world, right? That he is unsupported, unloved, that kind of thing. So really just keeps himself, even though he has his own family, not very open or whatever. Anyway, so we had this incident, and he saw in real time, the amount of love that he's always had available to him through the support of his family, through the support of his friends, through the support of family friends who consider him their son, through the support of just random people. It's like he finally opened up his eyes and realized, wait a minute, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Right? And I guess it didn't matter how much we would tell him. He had to see it. He had to feel it. And he had an opportunity to feel it. And, it just broke his ego completely. I've never seen someone like just make an immediate turn around in how they conduct themselves and their life. It was beautiful to see, as much as it was kind of traumatizing and crushing to see too. It was the ego. So it's interesting that this would come out, because this is what happened to my brother, right? All right, the energy generally, know your worth. Beautiful, yeah. Stepping into that self-love. And it's a card number 9, 54 reduced to 9, right? And that's the energy of the hermit. It means you're empowered within yourself. You're feeling capable of doing whatever you want to pursue, or whatever it is. It's about being embodied. But 54 is also the vibration of 5, learning a lesson through adversity, and 4, the emperor being in charge of your life. So it feels like your person may have had the opportunity, just like my brother, to learn a spiritual lesson, at the same time come out of that spiritual lesson, which may have been a really tough one, be more empowered and more sure of themselves and loving themselves more than before. And that's a beautiful energy to have. let's see the energy towards you. So they're in strong spirit. The energy towards you. So they know their worth, and they've realized that they're stronger than they think. Right? Their energy towards you is news, and we have a telephone here, we have a crystal ball. So it feels, and then we have spirit too, and then we have something being written. So it feels like this person, they want to reach out. If they've not reached out to you already, they're going to, right? They want to talk to you, and it feels like, I don't want to say a compulsion, but it's feeling kind of urgent, and it's feeling like a compulsion. For some of them, they may try to reach out psychically, and that's why I think we have the crystal ball here. But others, they're gonna pick up that phone, or they're gonna send that text, or they may send a messenger by spirit, but they want to tell you something, tell you about something very important that's happening in their life right now. I know when really, really bad things happen to you, and when really, really good things happen to you, you want to share it with the people that you love. So it feels like they want to share something with you. There's some sort of news that they have that they want to share with you, and it feels kind of urgent. And we have encounter, right? And this is a kind of yin yang energy here, right? So it feels like it could be that maybe they had some sort of astral encounter between you guys, and they really felt the power and the closeness and connectivity in your connection. Maybe they finally realized that, this connection, it's not like any other. It's pretty psychic. It's pretty spiritual. Or they may have had an encounter of the third, what? Encounter of the third kind, right? They may have had some sort of paranormal or supernatural encounter, and it made them think of you and how connected you guys are. Yeah, I don't know, maybe saw numbers, maybe they had a dream, whatever it is. But whatever it is, it made them think of you, and it made them feel closer to you. So let's pull some cards, let's clarify, and let's see if we can get more information on these two energies. Today I'm using the bonfire. Am I saying bonfire? The bonfire. The Bonfire Tarot by Gabby Agnes West. She makes some beautiful decks. All right, what do we have here? We have the Two of Wands making a decision. All right, let's see. All right, they're in strong spirit. They know their worth. They've had an opportunity. What's this? We have the Six of Pentacles. And that can talk about a karmic cycle, a karmic lesson. It can also talk about being out of balance as well. And we have the Empress. Okay. What is this? Okay. I think your person is stepping or embodying their divine feminine energy at this time. And the divine feminine energy is about being receptive. It's about yin and yin, right? And it's also about being receptive to spirit. So it feels like whatever is happening, it's making your person more sensitive to spirit, more empathic. And the message that came through for them is, not only have they possibly been breadcrumbing other people, but they've also been breadcrumbing themselves and not taking care of themselves. Sometimes when people treat us badly, we really take it personally, and it's hard not to. But remember, how they treat you speaks volumes about how they treat themselves. So if they were pretty shitty to you, or they try to manipulate you, try to pull the wool over their eyes, that's how they treat themselves. Okay? And it looks like they may have been breadcrumbing you, they may have been breadcrumbing other people, right? But rarely they will shortchange themselves. And that's what they realize. They deserve more, and the people that they deal with deserve more. But it all starts with how you treat yourself. Now, their energy towards you, they had some sort of encounter. We have Six of Swords, right? This can talk about a healing cycle. We can also talk about like movement, making big moves in your life. And then we also have this energy of temperance coming through here again. So I think what this encounter here, this encounter energy, is them wanting some sort of reunion, okay? Because they value you now. Now that they're more stable in their energy, now that they're valuing themselves, they can see the gift that you are. I don't think they appreciated you before. And for some of you guys, it's hard for you to hear. But if they're not even taking care of themselves and not even thinking about their own safety with some of the things that they were doing, do you really think that they gave a fuck about you? No. So this person is growing and learning, and they realize it all begins with how they treat themselves. If they're not committed to themselves and their survival, you think they're going to be committed to you? Doesn't work that way. If they're not telling the truth to themselves, do you think they could tell the truth to you? Doesn't work that way, right? And that's what they realize. It starts with self, and then it spreads out to the wider circle around you. So the reason why they're feeling close to you right now is because they're experiencing right now some sort of temperance energy or unifying energy within themselves. And once they feel this within themselves, they're going to feel it towards you because you are the reflection of themselves outside of themselves. Hope I'm not confusing. What are their regrets relative to you and the connection? What do they regret? All right. Well, feeling kind of foolish right now. And they regret not taking the risk, not taking the leap of faith, and not listening to their own intuition. So it feels like maybe there were choices in your relationship, and maybe they didn't choose a choice. They didn't choose a choice that had you on the other end of it, right? They feel pretty dumb. I think they're kind of beating themselves up with respect to that. Okay. Kind of, well, I guess young and foolish energy, learning life the hard way kind of thing. But they really regret not listening to their own instincts and maybe even allowing other people. Because I mean, this person almost lost in the canopy of the forest here, right? And maybe allowing other people to, change their mind or sway them into not listening to the message that was already coming through in their spirit. What else do they regret? The devil, right? They regret their addictions, their attachments, and all those things that may have kept them away from you. So for some of them, they may have been in addiction, okay? And in addiction, for me right now, I'm talking about like substance abuse, okay? But certainly there's so many other addictions out there, and they may have, as addictions are want to do, they may have placed those addictions as priority over you and the relationship. And that's just the native addictions. It's an addiction, right? For others of them, they may have placed their attachment to the material world, to achievement, above your relationship. For others, there may have been some sort of dysfunctional relationship, or even maybe a dysfunctional family dynamic that they may have listened to you instead of listening to their own judgment. Okay, because this first card, it does feel like there was some sort of family interference, or people that they may consider to be family. There was some sort of interference there. So they really regret that, because it feels like in their heart, they always knew it was you. But seeds of doubt may have been planted by other people. And that's something that they're taking responsibility for. Because people are welcome to give their opinions, but it doesn't mean that you have to listen. And it looks like they listened. What do they regret? Seven of Wands. They regret not fighting harder for this connection. They regret not putting boundaries against these people because there's been serious interference here. And for some of you, that interference may have been negativity or dark force entities. They regret not taking their sovereignty and their spirituality and their relation to spirit seriously. What else do they regret with regard to you? So they regret not fighting for this connection. What else do they regret? We have the Page of Cups. They regret not expressing how they felt about you from day one, because this person felt the connection. From day one, they felt it. They felt that there was something special here. But it looks like when your person met you, they had just come out of some sort of Heartbreak Hotel. They had just checked out of Heartbreak Hotel. So all the trust issues that might have been, the spill over from that situation, it looks like they projected that on you. So you got all the residue. So half of the things that may have happened in your relationship had nothing to do with you. What do they regret? We have the Four of Cups. That didn't show you how they felt, right? Maybe they were kind of flippant, nonchalant, pretending playing hard to get, or they're not interested in the relationship, right? Just meh, whatever. But it was never meh for them. It wasn't. They truly, truly, truly liked you. They just didn't want to be vulnerable. They didn't want to get sucked in by you or your energy, because again, I told you they just checked out of Heartbreak Hotel. They weren't about to check in again. What do they wish they had done? Well, we already got one of those. They wished, well, we got two. They wish they had listened to their intuition, and they wish that they had expressed their feelings instead of pretending like they didn't care. What do they wish they had done? What else? What else do they... Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do they wish they had done? We have Five of Swords, but it came out in reverse. They wish they hadn't played mind games with you, right? It's a defense mechanism that they had. And again, I told you, wasn't about to go and get their heart broken again. So they felt like the only one of the ways that they could get the upper hand was to play these mind games, right? That is not to say that's a good excuse, but it's a reason. What do they wish they had done? We had Wheel of Fortune. They wish that they had given themselves the opportunity to completely close off that old cycle before opening that particular door with you. Because you caught some strays, right? You got the residual energy. So they wish that they had taken time to really heal and to really find closure with that cycle before striking up with you. For others, they may have been in a relationship when you guys met. They wish that they had tied off those loose ends before they started anything with you. What else do they wish? We have the Page of Wands. Again, they wish they had expressed how they felt about you. They wish they had shown you how passionate they were about you, instead of just reducing it into something sexual. Because sexual is something that this person can handle. But the deeper emotions, again, remember, they were in Heartbreak Hotel. They weren't going to check-in back. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do they wish? Yeah, that they had expressed their love. They really do. They wish that. Because they felt it from the start. They felt the pull of this connection. They were magnetized towards it, right? But I think, sometimes when you go through a very painful situation, Like you start to doubt yourself and doubt your instincts, doubt your intuition. I think that's what happened with your person. And maybe they went to other people for clarity. And other people can never be the authority of your life, right? So it looks like they listened to these people here, and now they regret it. They regret it. Okay. Let's get some messages from your person. 3D messages from your person. What do they want you to know? I'll get some messages from their higher self in a moment. Let's get some 3D messages from your person. This is the messages from the heart by Soul Whispers. What do they want to let you know? Obsessed. And it says fixated, passionate, can't stop thinking about you, sexual tension, burning desires, and fascination. So this person is absolutely fascinated by you, magnetized by you. And I think maybe sometimes this gives them pause because they're trying to figure out, is this really love that I'm feeling, or is it some sort of obsession or fantasy, right? So this is also a conversation that they're having with themselves as well. Okay. What do they want to let you know? They're afraid of losing you. They're afraid of you breaking their heart. They're afraid of getting too caught up. They're afraid of never being with you. They're just afraid. And they're getting so caught up in their head that it feels like they're not taking any action. And maybe that's why we saw that telephone that was not picked up, those messages that weren't sent, right? Because your person, they're trapped in fear. They're trapped in fear. We have social media. So no, right now, it says spying on you, right? Right now, they are spying on you. Right now, they are using your social media handles to see what you're commenting on, what's going on in your life, what are you concerned about, your ideologies, your politics. They want to know everything about you. What else? We have reunion. Yeah. So in their mind, all this information gathering that they're doing, they're prepping for trying to make their way back to you. Okay. And they want to have as much information about you before they make their move. We have innocent, and it says pure heart in the right place, naive, childlike, pure intentions. And they also want you to know that unlike the last time, right? Their intentions towards you are honorable, right? Because they've changed. They've changed. Now, you have to use your discernment. Remember, this is a general reading. And if you know that your person hasn't changed, this is not your message. This is not the part of the message that's pertinent to you. And you're going to know when somebody has changed, again, when you look at their life and look at the fruit that is bearing. So if their relationships are still in chaos, if there's still all kinds of drama happening in their workplace, right? If they're still at loggerheads with their family, nobody in their corner, that kind of thing, then it's the same person. Okay? It's the same person. And it's not your message. Okay. Let's get some messages from your person's higher self. Let me just see. Okay, that's good. Good timing. What does their higher self want you to know? What does their higher self want you to know? What does their higher self want you to know? We have not my job, the not my job conspiracy. And the not my job conspiracy is when you are running away from your destiny and you know it, and you know it, and you're doing that because of your baggage. What does the higher self want you to know? Right? We have here blessing. And it's a card number 58, which reduced to 10, which reduced to 13. And that's about transformation. So it feels like there's divine intervention in your person's life right now, and they are changing and they are transforming. And they are being a blessing to everybody around them right now, because everybody's looking at your person. And they are seeing the tangible changes that are taking place. What's happening? The other thing that is transforming in their life is their feelings of inadequacy. And we saw that that was the first card that came out. And that is why they are receiving so much blessings in their family life, so much blessings in their terms of their abundance, because they've switched up their vibration. That energy of lack and not being loved, and all of that has changed. So they're attracting different things to themselves. Because once you're in the vibration of not feeling loved, then what you're going to attract to yourself is other people who will treat you like you do not deserve to be loved. So all that is switched out. What else is the highest? Whoa. God, where did that go? 1 second, guys. Kind of went a little far. Jesus. Well, that must be one hell of a card, because it doesn't want to get it from the floor. God. What is this? What's this card? Family. Right, remember we talked about the interference from family, but not only is the family neglect interfering, but it looks like they're also neglectful. And the reason why your person, well, maybe you too, I guess. The reason why your person thought that they didn't have the love and support of people around them is because when they were young, they did not have the love and support of the people around them. But again, all this is changing. Okay. All right. So in the extended, we're going to use the same format for the third party. And then we're going to ask, what's going to be your next person's actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? But if you're not able to join me in the extended, let me give you some advice for spirit. What do you need to do next? And it says here, medicine wheel continuation. You know what I get from this? Like, you are part of a sacred circle of some sort of lineage that has some sort of talent with regard to traditional medicine, herbology, spiritual healing, that kind of thing. And this lineage is calling you. Yeah, this lineage is calling you to carry on this sacred work. What do we have here? We have soul retrieval, and it says reclamation. And I think that's one of the things they want you to reclaim. There's some sort of gift that you've either hidden within yourself, or maybe was lost to you through trauma, time, circumstance, that they want you to reclaim. Now, there are quite a number of soul retrieval meditations on YouTube. I would advise you, if you're resonating with this message, go and do one of them. It feels like there's something that you're meant to reclaim for yourself. And then we have here sacred site, and it says purpose. I remember when we have our sacred sites meditations, remember one of the messages that came through quite clearly is that, yeah, we're activating all these architectural sacred sites all over the world when we do that group meditation. But the message that we've always been reminded of is that we are a sacred site. And unlike those archaeological or geographical places, we can actually move. So we can bring beautiful grounding energy, positive energy, anywhere that we go. We can be a sacred site. But it feels like more than being just this grounding energy, hope, and optimism. It feels like there is also a gift that you're meant to share. And they're asking you to come get it. Come get it. Come and get it. All right, my love. So that was your reading. So if you're interested, you can join me in the extended. We're going to use the same format for the third party or karmic relationship. But I think your takeaway here is if you want to you really mind your business, um, go do this soul retrieval meditation. There's something here that you're meant to reclaim, receive. Okay? All right, my love. So that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. Take care.